Alrighty, this is the 30-meter sprint for Jayden. We can see some of the things on the screen here. I'll try and identify that should come along with the report that you've got, but we'll highlight some of the positives here. I like this nice high hand at the front and nice high elbow at the back. That's really good. It's got this strong leg drive here as well, right? My problem is the amount that it's driving him actually forwards in this direction, and he's not actually getting a lot of upward sort of thrust during his upright running, right? It might sound counterintuitive. I know we need him to run hard once approaching contact or approaching the line. There's a better way to do it, and you'll see why this would still be problematic, but definitely once he breaks through the line or open space and he's off and running, he needs to get high because he wants to spend as little amount of time with his foot on the ground as possible. And you'll see that here once we scroll forward for the contact. So now the contact becomes well in front of him, like I showed you before. So this is actually in front of, like, if his hips are here, he's landing here, and his head's actually in front of his center of mass as well, right? Or in front of his hips, I should say. Definitely not what we're after. We can also see how the knee starts to bend and the foot starts coming up before the knee starts going forward for the swing leg. And I'll go through that one more time for you. See this back leg, the knee starts to bend before it starts swinging forward. That knee and foot need to close that gap as quickly as possible and start cycling over to the next step. But here we are again, foot strike in front of the body, spend some time on it to get the leg through. Again, we get the arms in really good position, and then we're driving off with this big step again to land way out in front. Now we are getting some, you can see how that ankle, and we should see this on both sides, I'm pretty sure, sort of landing on the outside edge of his boot there as he makes contact. Not a huge concern. I can see that one doing it slightly as well as he rolls into it. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm more worried about, in this position, how high up that foot is on that back leg. So we're not really seeing much of that knee swing through, and we're seeing that foot really try and come close to the hips or close to his bum before we see any knee movement, which indicates that we're spending too long on one foot and that we're really trying to drive off hard to get that speed when we should be attacking the ground from above. And we'll see if we, I think that's about there. This knee at the front as well, we want to see about 90 degrees in it. So give me 1 second while I just move this around for us. So see how this is about 94 degrees, right? It's actually closed pretty well and got nice and high, but a problem is his thigh isn't parallel to the ground. So we would want it running in line with this, is where that knee height should be. So we can get a good stomp and whack on the ground from above. Just go back through, and we'll see it on this one as well. Yeah, still pretty good, but we're just forward leaning a bit too much. Could have that knee higher. Solid through the trunk, and so the core strength is good, and it looks like he's got good coordination and control. We just need to clean up the speed that those legs come through and how he's actually hitting the ground.